mile journey on a specially built transporter, more crabbed than carrier, designed to protect this ultra-sensitive cargo from even the slightest bump in the road.
You put one of these on a truck,
Yes.
haul it up to 5,000 meters, more than 16,000 feet, and you still expect the kind of accuracy
Yes.
that is a tiny fraction of a human hair?
Yes. That gives you an idea about how complex this whole endeavor is.
It's a journey into thin air. The altitude is such a strain on the body that you have to pass a medical exam to go there.
Do you find that when you're on top, you're thinking it's a little bit hazy?
Yes, sometimes it does. I mean, people react very differently. There are people who are starting to babble all the time. Other ones who don't say a word.
Very little can survive at these heights. There's a point at which even the llamas stop climbing. We came here in May, the middle of fall in the southern hemisphere. It's supposed to be the driest place on Earth. We found snow.
You know what's going on at 1 trillion miles from here, but you couldn't forecast the weather.
Yeah, that's right. So we have to live with it. There you see the towers.
Yes. My God, what a sight. That looks extraterrestrial.
It's absolutely mind-boggling.
We were fitted with oxygen tanks. Still, we found it difficult to think, or breathe, or walk. Right now, the antennas are spread out on the plateau over a distance of a mile, but they're movable, and eventually, they could spread out over 10 miles. That will mimic a single telescope dish 10 miles wide. Then Alma will be able to see far-off objects with greater detail than ever before. And because light takes so long to get to us from distant objects, the farther away Alma sees, the farther back in time it looks. Soon they will be able to get close to the start of it all, to the Big Bang. Alma will offer us a glimpse at the formation of the very first galaxies 13 billion years ago.
The very first galaxy.
Yes, the ones which were born just after the Big Bang, about 2 billion years after the Big Bang.
Just after the Big Bang is 1 billion years.
Yeah, that's in terms of astronomy, we have those terms.
And that's never been seen before.
No, or very few.
Alma's brain is a supercomputer housed in one of the highest buildings in the world, second only to a tiny train station in the Tibetan Himalayas. Physicist Allison Peck helped oversee Alma's construction.
We had to oxygenate the entire room. That means we needed to pump additional oxygen into the room in order for the guys to be able to make decisions correctly, to focus correctly, to compensate for the altitude.
So they wouldn't have been able to do this without oxygen.
There's absolutely no way they would have been able to assemble this without additional oxygen.
Has anything like this ever been done before?
Not at this altitude, no. This is definitely the highest altitude supercomputer in the entire world.
It's as powerful as 3 million laptops, and it synchronizes all the data coming in from those antennas.
How precise does the computer have to be?
This computer has to be able to synchronize the data to within just a few femtoseconds.
What's that?
That is a millionth of a billionth of a second.
Alma isn't actually the world's highest telescope. Hubble, for example, has been orbiting hundreds of miles above the Earth for more than 2 decades. But Hubble is an optical telescope, a very different creature from Alma.
ALMA is a radio telescope, which means that we are observing things that are radiating at wavelengths longer than what the eye can see. Optical telescopes observe the visible light. They observe things that light up that we can see with our eyes.
So Alma can see colors that we cannot see.
Effectively, yes. ALMA can see wavelengths of light that we cannot see with our eyes.
Take a look. What you're seeing is an image from an optical telescope. It looks little more than a dark cloud in space. But